I'm Jayden Williams, running back at Heritage Hall, and I'm signing to Missouri Western. I started playing football in like 2nd grade, and I remember my dad always wanted me to play football, and he was my youth coach growing up all the way until middle school. And then middle school I came here and kind of had to break away from my dad's coaching.
Jayden has meant a lot to this football program over the last 4 years. I got to coach him in middle school as well. It was kind of fun to see him grow up. He wouldn't say a word in middle school, and then by his senior year, it was hard to get him to stop talking sometimes, which is one of the fun things to see these kids grow up. So he's meant a lot to our program. At running back, obviously, and at defensive end. His sophomore year, we weren't really sure what we were going to do with him. Is he going to be a linebacker? Is he going to be a defensive end? And he put his hand on the ground and really changed the trajectory of our defense. Became a dominant, pass rusher, run stopper, somebody that was just a nuisance to handle for any offensive line. And that makes complete sense because he was the strongest guy in the weight room. Squat, bench, didn't matter. He dominated the weight room, and it really showed on Friday nights because he was very tough to deal with for any offensive lineman. Especially the bigger ones. And then, they'd always underestimate his strength and his speed, and he used that combination to be a dominant player for us on that side of the ball. And then obviously running the football, he was hard to bring down. He had great vision, great balance, obviously the low center of gravity, his strength. Just a nightmare for defensive backs, especially to come try to tackle him. If they didn't try to tackle him low, it was going to end poorly for them. So it was always fun watching Jay Will tote the rock.
Being a part of the Heritage Hall football program, it's been a lot to me. It's instilled me with things that I'll carry with me the rest of my life. Discipline is definitely probably the biggest thing with football, and always being disciplined, you can apply that to life and school, and that's definitely something that I'll take with me. Probably my favorite memory would be this last game we played at Lincoln Christian. I know it was probably a tough loss for most of us, but it kind of cemented my high school career, and it's a game that I'll probably never forget.
Jayden, he's another student athlete. I mean, he took care of his business in the schoolhouse. Another guy that you always never had to worry about. You knew he was doing what was needed to be done to make sure he could come out to practice and be available every single week. He's also a great leader in the weight room. You see him pushing that much pounds on a bar, and I think it challenges the rest of the guys, especially that class. They were a really tight class and a really tight-knit team, but they really knew how to push each other. And I think Jay Will was kind of the catalyst in the weight room and really got these guys going. And he really developed his leadership. Like I said, as he grew up, he knew when he needed to talk, he knew when not to talk, but he would lead by example in his play, especially in the weight room. And then obviously on Friday nights, you just knew you knew what you're going to get from Jay Will every single Friday.
I chose Missouri Western because they have one of the best D2 football programs in the country, and they also have really good academics. And then I also have the opportunity to play with one of my teammates that I've played with for the last 4 years, Joe. That's obviously really exciting, going there with somebody that I already know.
The Griffons are getting a great young man, obviously a great family, and Jayden carries that on as well. He'll be a load, however they use him up there. I only expect him to get bigger, stronger, faster, which is scary to think for those guys. But I think he's going to do a lot of big things. Obviously, carrying the football, he's stepped up in his pass protection as well, which is obviously huge in the college game. But like I said, he's that low center of gravity that you can always count on to get you the tough yards when you need it. And I expect them to use him as such, and I think he'll make a lot of big plays in college.
First, I would like to thank God, because I wouldn't be in this opportunity without him. And then definitely my parents, because they've kind of guided me throughout this whole process. And then all of the coaching staff that I've had throughout my 4 years. But definitely Wesley Holloway is somebody I want to give a shout out to. He's definitely instilled some things in me that I'll always take with me.